Good day, everyone. My name is Mr. Omo Ozegbe Godwin, and today we'll be learning a very interesting topic in our quantitative reasoning: factorial and permutation. Factorial and permutation. Girls and boys, it promises to be interesting all the way from the beginning till the end. I am very sure you will learn and you have fun learning today. So let's get right into it. If you are ready, this quantitative reasoning, and we are treating factorial and permutation. Alright, so what is factorial? Factorial is the product of a whole number and all those whole numbers below it. The product of a whole number and all the numbers that are below it. You know, the product there means multiplication, the times, when you times the number. So the symbol for factorial is a strike down, and a dot. Yep, it's just like this, and you have a dot underneath. Okay, so let's jump into it and see what we have. So, for example, if you are saying 7 factorial to be written this way, alright, 7 factorial will be written that way. And now, the definition told us there that is the product of what? The numbers that are below 7. So, this means 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Because all these numbers are below 7. So by the time you multiply them, you should be able to have this as an answer. Alright, now also when you multiply 3, is it 3 factorial? What you're going to have is 3 times 2 times 1. And that gives us what? 6. Beautiful. And that's why we have 6 over here. So that's just how to represent numbers using factorial method. Now, let's see more example. If you have 5, what do? The same thing. 5 factorial, that equals 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that should give us what? 120. 5 times 4, 20. Times 3, 60. Okay, 60 times 2, 120 times 1. That's also 120. And that's why we have 120 there as an answer. I hope you're not getting confused. You're already getting very close to where we should be. Is it clear? So when we have a factorial attached to a number, it means the numbers that are below that number will get the product of all of it, starting from the number you are given as a factorial. See another example, factorial 8. So we started from 7 down to 1, and you multiply, you have that as your answer. Now, factorial with operators, these are very interesting. What's up? This is very interesting. When we have factorial with operator, it's just to find out the factorial of the numbers that you are given, and you evaluate them using the operator that is given to you. In this case, we have 3 factorial plus 2 factorial. What does that mean? It means I'm going to look for the factorial of 3 and factorial of 2, and I'll add them together. Simple. So factorial of 3 means 3 times 2 times 1. This gives us what, boys and girls? 6. Factorial of 2 means what now? 2 times 1, and that gives us 2. However, this is not an answer. So the factorial of 3 and 2 means 6 plus 2, and that gives me 8. Because this guy gave me this guy, and 2 gave me 2. So I'll sum up, and I'm going to have my answer as 8. Isn't that so cheap? Is that not so cheap for you guys? Yeah, we are back at it. Now, factorial with operator, this time is subtraction. So 4 minus 2, the same thing we did the other time. That's what we're going to do over here. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing over here. Factorial with 4 minus 2. Let's see how this pans out. Alright, let's consider this. So we're giving subtraction as an operator here. Sorry about that. That is minus. Okay, so we're going to say 4 factorial minus 2 factorial. So you find the factorial of 4 and the factorial of 2. So factorial of 4 should give you 24. Subtract it to here, and this is 2. So I guess our answer, and we know correctly, it is 22. Easy peasy. Alright, so let's get into something very interesting. We have also factorial for what now? Factorial for multiplication. Factorial for multiplication. 3 times 2. 3 times 2. You also look for the factorial of 3 times the factorial of 2. SpongeBob and Patrick, you guys are just smiling. I know you know it's very easy, right? Good. So you can smile like them as well. When you lay your hand to this, 3 factorial is going to give us 6. Yes. 2 factorial is going to give me what? 2. So what's the answer? 2 times 6. 2 times 6 equals 12. Beautiful. Correct. That is correct. So we go to the next one now. Permutation and combination. Now, permutation and combination quite different from factorial that we treated. Now, what do we mean by permutation in mathematics? Permutation in maths is the act of changing the order. Please observe this. Changing the order of set of things that are arranged in a group for you. All right. For example, the permutation of A, B, C. That means if you are given A, B, and C, permutation means change the order all possible way that you can. So we can have A, C, B, 1. You can have B, C, A, 2. You keep changing until you are done. None is repeated. So if you can do that, we have about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 times you are going to change. That is permutation. Alright, so let's get into it deeper. Now, in permuting this order number like these ones that we have, you can also take them in turns. A, B, C, D, and E. Link A and B, A and C, A and D, and also A and E. Then you go to the next number. B, C, B, C, B, D, B, E. That's what we have. B, C, B, D, B, E. Then you come to C, C, D, C, E, and D. Those are the methods you can also apply to help you get through. Now let's get to some real business for the big boys and the girls. So the permutation and combination. Now let's do this together. If a question demands that you use the idea, or so we're going to use the idea because you're going to have this sometimes coming up in your activity. So let's get set. There may be formula like this: 5 combination 3. I like to call that combination 5 combination 3 or 5 permutation 3. Now, what this means is that 5 combination 3 is represented this way: 5 times 4 times 3. And your permutation, you say we didn't start with 5 here. This is your permutation, this is your combination. We didn't start with 5 here, we start with 3. Why? Because this 3 is what you work with. This one here. This is what you are working with. So, because it starts from 3, we are going to take it 3, 2, and 1. So, that's what this 3 here means, and that's what we have used. Alright, so let's see examples. This explains what I have just told you. That the 3 there, we have to use it and multiply, looking from the numbers that are down. You see these guys, don't just worry, you're going to be happy also, like they are happy. Now let's get back. Permutation, 5 permutation 3. Alright, so 5 permutation 3 means 5 combination first, 5 times 4 times 3. Okay, because it stops here at 3. There's 3. Then, you know, permutation 3 is starting with what? 3 times 2 times 1. So 5 times 4 times this will give you 60. Alright, 60 over 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. So 6. 6 here 1, 6 here 10. So what's our answer ultimately? That gives us 10. And that is the 10 we have over there. So you'll be seeing questions like this coming up. Very, very simple. Understand the meaning of combination. Understand the meaning of permutation, P. And also understand the meaning of what? Combination. Okay, factorial, combination, and permutation. Factorial talks about getting the product. Is that also? Permutation is going to tell you where you're going to start with, like this 3 that is there. And also combination tells you the number you're starting with, where you're going to multiply up to just 3 numbers. Alright, so I want to thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your listening ability. And I'm going to see you through the exercise. If you've actually learned 1 or 2 things, and I trust you have learned. Thank you very much. So from me to you on this side, I would like to say bye-bye. I'm signing out. See you next time.